The chairman of NBC makes the renewal of Days of Our Lives official. Again, we think, not sure. And Victoria Konefal talks feminism in Hollywood. Stay tuned for all that and more.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soap News Weekly. We are AfterBuzz TV's entertainment news for all of your favorite soap operas. I am Tami, Goveia.
And I am Chelsie, Overocker.
And we want to give a shout out to our folks in the chat room, our loyal folks, Kenneth Clark. We have Annie Goen. We so appreciate you two,
and Dwight,
all you guys. And Dwight
us.
joined us as well. Always want to give a shout out first and foremost to the folks who are joining us live. We appreciate it. And for those of you who don't know how to join us, you can follow us across all social media. We got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us at Soap News Weekly. We made it easy for everybody.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a podcast listener, we are a podcast. Go to Apple Podcasts. You will find Soap News Weekly there. Please give us a listen, give us a review, let us know what you think of the show, and spread the word.
Spread it around.
Spread the word, spread the love. All right. Before we get into the news of the week, what'd you think about this week?
It was a pretty good week. It was a little slow. A lot of things happened last minute.
Yeah, it was a lot of things happened last minute. It was a lot of little things this week. There weren't any major earthquake things,
like earth shattering.
Yeah,
but it was good.
But it was a good week.
Yeah.
Shall we break it down now?
Let's break it down.
All right, let's do it. We are going to start with the bold and the beautiful. Okay, we always like that.
Yes.
We always like to take a few seconds. You know, I think so far since we've been doing this show, the two folks that are in the news constantly, it's either Denise Richards or Katrina Bowden.
You're right.
Katrina, she went to Australia and did a film, and now, she's got another film coming out, you guys. This is a horror movie, and she's going to be working alongside alum from Young and the Restless, Mr. Sean Patrick Flannery. The name of the film is called Hunter's Moon, and it looks like it'll be coming out this spring. Now, she posted on Instagram, I've read a lot of horror scripts in my day, and most of them aren't very good, but this one really stood out in a different cool kind of way. So Bowden plays Juliet Delaney in Hunter's Moon. It looks like, this is going to be good. It looks like there is an investigator called to look into 3 teenage girls who are being terrorized by a group of delinquents.
Ooh.
I know. So, she's right. There's a lot of really bad horror movies out there.
Yes,
really bad. And, if you're an actor, you want to be as selective as you can be. And we know, though, if Katrina's in it, it's going to be good stuff.
It's going to be fun.
So stay tuned for Hunter's Moon. Again, it looks like it'll be coming out this spring. Up next, we have Mr. Ron Moss in the news. Now, he played the original Ridge Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah.
For 25 years, but Ron has his roots in music. I mean, he's been he was in his first band was in 1977. And so music's always been a part of his life. Music continues to be a big part of his life. And it looks like he's recording a new album, which we are really excited about. And it looks like he's currently in Italy being inspired by Lake Como. He says, it's a brand new decade, and I'm excited to start recording a brand new album in beautiful Lake Como. He says, we had a beautiful lunch today overlooking a gorgeous view of the lake. I'm enjoying my time in the beautiful, special place that has already inspired several new songs in the studio. Cannot wait for some new music from Mr. Ron Moss. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
And something else that you can look forward to if you're a fan of The Bold and the Beautiful is AfterBuzz TV's Soap Breakdown. The Bold Breakdown airs once a month. In February, however, it'll be airing twice a month. That's with James Law Jr. and myself, The Bold Breakdown, for your Bold and the Beautiful recap. Stay tuned. It's on Sundays, 2:15 p.m.
Very nice, Tami. All right. Do I even have to say it? So nice, soothing. Shall we get into some
Good
Days of Our
times.
Lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Days of Our Lives will continue on NBC, says Chairman Paul Telegdy. Yes.
Which was kind of confusing.
It was. When I was reading this, I'm like, wait,
But we know this.
we already know that it got renewed. So why are they bringing this up again?
I don't know. Is this like the official or official part 2? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's good. If the chairman's saying it's renewed, then okay.
Yeah, we have some good stuff. At the Critics Association press this weekend, Deadline reports that Paul was specifically asked about whether Days would continue on the network or move to the upcoming Peacock streaming service. He explained that the number of folks who tune in to watch the 55-year-old daytime drama was key to this decision to keep it on the network.
Yeah.
Yay, glad they did that. It's already been announced that Days has been renewed for its 56th season, which we know. However, the official renewal has not been announced by NBC as they continue to work with Sony Pictures TV. The NBC chairman indicated that the details will be announced very soon.
You know, it's interesting. So I guess it was up in the air as to whether or not Days would continue.
Right.
But then if it did continue, if it was going to be through NBC, the network, or if it was going to be through a streaming scenario.
Service.
Yeah. How would you feel if Days went onto a streaming platform?
Everything's streamed these days.
I know.
So I don't think they'll lose any fans, but I wouldn't chance it. I would want to still keep it on NBC network.
I think a lot of it's just because it's tradition.
It is.
It's tough.
And
Because the whole world's going streaming.
just
I know.
everyone
feels
is streaming.
inevitable.
I'm going broke going streaming.
I
Let
know.
me tell
I
you.
thought it was going to be cheaper. Cut cable, save money. But yeah. It's not working.
Yeah, so I think they need to keep it on the network. Don't stream it. Because when we talked last week, the ratings with women, it was around the age group of 18 to 49.
Yeah.
The ratings dropped. Well, that's the main age group that I feel stream services.
Streams. So
And
maybe they would capture more.
Maybe.
It would capture that demographic.
You're right. Because like you
Interesting.
said, people cut cable. But with those ratings, do they also play a factor into streaming services?
Good question. I don't know how up to date the Nielsen ratings is.
Yeah,
That's
so
a really good
They need
question.
to relook at that. But anyways, I hope they keep it on the network. Victoria Konefal discusses feminism on Days of Our Lives. Victoria chatted about acting in a modern-day soap opera with Bust Pop-Tarts podcast. On the podcast, they asked Victoria about feminism has affected her work and vice versa.
Yeah.
Victoria responded, I was given a line to say in which I was talking about how I was dieting. I need to look good, so I need to go on this crazy diet is literally what my line said. That's what they wrote for me. And Victoria asked the writing team to work with her on this line and to work with her on the dialogue, which I'm glad that she did.
Yes.
And she responded, in that way, I'm definitely made a point to never let Sierra fall victim in anti-feminism views. There have been a couple of other scenarios as well where I've changed a couple of lines. Sometimes I get what the writers are trying to accomplish, but the way the idea is phrased is just not okay with me. That's why I need someone to back me up, and they typically do.
That's fantastic that she has a support. Mm-hmm. She's been on the show for a few years.
Yes.
So it's great that she's got the comfort level to talk to the writers. Because I'm sure when you first start the show, you're going to say whatever they tell you to say.
Exactly. You're going to be like, okay, I'll stay in my lane. But it's really cool that the writers are willing to work with her as well. They're not just not wanting to, look at what she has to say too. I
Yes.
think it's great that they all are trying to find a bigger picture that's going to work with the actor and then also the show as well. And I think a lot of the audience appreciates that, because the reason why Sierra's character is so popular is because she is a strong woman.
Absolutely.
She played the victim a little bit, but now she's bouncing back, especially with this time jump. I'm really liking her as a character.
I love it. And, the role of women in daytime television has changed so much.
Yes.
Obviously. And it's especially on Days of Our Lives. Well, I can't say that because GH, Bold and Beautiful, Young and the Restless, they're fierce women. Mm-hmm. The characters on all of, a lot of these shows are fierce. They're not your, flower, what's that phrase? Delicate flowers, or hiding in the shadows. They make mistakes. Mm-hmm. They're loud and they're out there and they make their mistakes, but they own it. So,
they own it.
And that's part of Sierra, Victoria's character's what's so attractive about her character. So when she talks about feminism, it's like, ooh, what is she saying about it?
Yeah.
Because people don't like to use that word.
They don't.
It's a very convoluted word. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So bravo for her for getting the discussion going.
Good job, Victoria. Well, another thing that I want to discuss is Brock Kelly.
Mr. Brock Kelly. Ugh.
He is killing it on days right now. He is. He's joined the Spectrum Celebrity Event.
That was a nice surprise.
It was a very nice surprise.
That was so cool.
He'll be participating in both Rising Stars Edition Days Quintennial. To celebrate Brock's arrival, all Rising Star tickets are now on sale, including combo tickets and upgrades. For details, go to SpectrumCelebrityEvents.com. And a little background information about Mr. Kelly.
Do tell.
I didn't realize this, but OC fans. He was on the OC. Pretty Little Liar fans. He was on the spinoff Ravenswood, which I love because I'm a huge Pretty Little Liars fan. He was on The Young and the Restless, Pitch Perfect, and Disney fans. He was on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and he's also a Leo.
Okay. Good to know.
Just to let you know. Because,
that would be a cool episode to do, actually. Like astrology signs, astrological signs for folks in daytime.
I would love that.
That would be fun. So, in fact, anytime someone has a birthday, we should mention their sign.
We should. And he happens to be compatible
so cool.
with a Gemini, which is great. Okay, so I might be fangirling a little bit, but just a little bit. But another thing, the reason why I'm fangirling is because I'm on the AfterBuzz After Show TV for Dishing Day. So keep sure that you dish with us on Sundays at 3:15 p.m. And
perfect.
That's it.
That is it for Days of Our Lives. So next, let's get into some General Hospital news.
Yay.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you want to be this week?
One of those bird scooters. Okay. GH has a lot of news this week, everyone. So let's start out with Miss Kathleen Gotti, who plays Dr. Lisa Obrecht on General Hospital. Soap This presents Be My Valentine Mutter. It's a cocktail reception and VIP dinner with Kathleen Gotti. Saturday, February 1st. For pricing and to purchase tickets, visit soapthis.ticketsleap.com, or you can call 727-210-5143. Check that out. She's an amazing actress, and I'm sure she's a hoot and a holler for fan events. Up next, I want to talk about Matthew Jason Swern. Now, Matthew is one of these cool stories because Matthew and I kind of circulated in the same acting circles for the past few years. So we've kind of seen each other come up the ranks of like, oh my gosh, congratulations, this is a great gig kind of scenario.
That's awesome.
So he booked the role of a bodyguard on General Hospital. I want to say it was last year, or it might have been at the tail end of the year before. And this bodyguard has been on and off GH for a while. He hasn't had a name, but he's come up with Troy. So it's Troy the bodyguard, Sonny Corinthos' bodyguard. And it looks like he's going to be back on GH.
Really?
Yes. And I am really hoping that this translates to something permanent, because Matt has just such a phenomenal concrete background as an actor, like hardcore theater. He's got martial arts background. He's amazing. I'm excited for him. And I know General Hospital would benefit from bringing him on full time.
Yeah.
No question. So be on the lookout, everyone, for Troy the bodyguard, Sonny Corinthos' bodyguard. He's back. We want to talk a little bit about the actor Mark Lawson on GH. Now, he plays the role of Dustin, Lulu Falconeri's current beau interest. Unfortunately, one of Mark's first acting coaches, his name is Stan Kirsch, recently passed away, and it's all taken everyone by surprise. Stan is a General Hospital alumni. He was also in the 1990s series Highlander, who has a huge fan base. So Mark actually posted something on Instagram saying, "Stan, I'm reeling. All the way back to my first year in Los Angeles. Had a roommate I didn't like, was terrified to make a left turn on a red light. I needed the big break now so I could leave this town and because he was so terrified. And so he goes on to say that Kirsch really helped him prepare for his auditions, and Mark's first big break in soap operas was on One Life to Live. And his acting coach, Stan Kirsch, was actually the one that coached him for that. So when he got that big break, he owed it all to Stan. And they kept in touch over the years. And he says, Stan, you would coach me for nothing. You were my first big brother here. I'll never forget that. And that's how you'll stay. Yeah. So, when we lose people in our lives, I'm not talking family, but just teachers who impacted us, I remember my English teacher in high school, Mrs. Barbara Wilson. She changed the way I looked at books. And so, when you lose your first acting coach that really helped you get to where you're at today, it must be really hard.
That has to be hard.
Really, really hard. So, Mark, that was a beautiful tribute to Stan, and I'm sure his family really appreciates it. Up next, we want to wish Miss Vernee Watson a happy birthday. So we're in January. What sign does that make her? Oh my gosh, I know. I know the cusp is the 22nd.
Yeah, it's a Capricorn, and then it's a...
Are we in...
No. It's a... I should know this. Why don't I know this?
What's after Capricorn? Sagittarius.
Yes!
Sagittarius.
Yes. No. That's not right.
No, that's not right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, fans, what sign is Vernee Watson? It's still
Capricorn.
Okay,
it's still a Capricorn.
She's a Capricorn. Vernee, happy birthday. We miss you on GH. She's got one of the scenarios where she's working. She's got a great gig, but GH loves her. So whenever they can get her, they bring her back on.
Awesome.
So we love it. Same scenario with Carolyn Hennessy. She's been on and off GH for a really long time, but she's a busy bee. And speaking of which, she's got a film coming out. Now, let's talk about this film. It's a short film.
Okay.
It's called She and Her. She plays the role of Poppy Sinclair in the short film. Now, it's directed by General Hospital production assistant.
Really?
Which is cool. Production assistant and independent filmmaker Nate Hapk. He says, I'm incredibly excited about the team we've assembled and the story we're going to tell. It's an incredibly important one, and I'm honored to be working with this group of powerful and accomplished women to share Poppy's story. Now, Carolyn says, this story would be ripe for the telling at any point in the history of the industry. As we all know, so much has happened from the first frame shot decades ago to the fall of Weinstein. Things have been brushed over, hushed up, and taken to the grave. This is a beautiful script in the right hands all around, and will continue to push forward toward ending abuse in any area of showbiz. So obviously the storyline is going to touch on the Me Too movement, or what we've hashtagged it as the Me Too movement. But just continuing to get those stories out there, because things just don't go away overnight.
No.
And it's important to keep having those conversations. Other people in the cast include Mackenzie Breeden and Gwen Hillier. Filming actually starts in June in Los Angeles, and it is expected to be ready for the 2020 festival circuit. So that's going to be great. We'll be looking out for that.
Nice.
We can swing back to the ratings question, because General Hospital, for the second week in a row, has captured the 18 to 49 coveted spot for Nielsen ratings. They've got some incredible stuff going on right now. I think all the soaps have incredible stuff going on right now. I don't know what it is about capturing the 18 to 49, but they've done it for 2 weeks in a row.
Good for them.
2 weeks in a row. Last minute news that came up. I wasn't able to get in any photos for this, but cast member Chad Dwell, who plays Michael Corinthos on GH, he's going to be on the show Arrow. And that's going to be airing January 21st. When I first read this, I thought, maybe we can catch this for next week's show.
Yeah.
But it's airing on the 21st. So we want to make sure, if you're a Chad fan, Michael Corinthos fan, be on the lookout for Arrow. He will be on that show. And we've got a new cast member on General Hospital. We've got Dan Burren, who plays Link. We've been hearing about his character for weeks now. He's playing the sleazy music producer. And he's pretty sleazy, but I saw pictures of him and he's pretty hot. So
there you go.
We will forget the sleaziness for about a second.
Yes.
And see where this goes.
Yeah, we'll forget the sleaziness. But if you're hot, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's daytime.
Yeah.
It's forgiving. And if you're a fan of General Hospital, AfterBuzz TV has a recap for that as well. That is on Sundays, 6:15 p.m. It's the GH Report. Make sure and tune in for that.
And let's get into some Y&R.
Yes.
Hey, you changed it a little bit. You have the hands and the elbows going on.
I got to challenge myself.
Yes, there you go. I think we just have that chime in. More elbows. All right, so the head writer of Y&R, Josh Griffith, teases the dark path ahead of Billy Abbott. Josh is planning on taking Billy, played by Jason Thompson, down a dark road.
And it's so great because I know Jason from General Hospital,
Okay.
where he played Patrick Drake. And when he left, I was so sad because he's such an amazing actor. So it was GH's loss and Y&R's gain.
Yeah, and I liked Billy too. I loved him when he was a teen with Mackenzie,
Yes,
Billy,
yes.
and Brittany back in the day. That's when I got into Y&R.
I've always liked the character of Billy.
Me too.
Poor troubled Billy.
Billy. So Josh is planning on taking Billy, played by Josh Thompson, down a dark road after battling mental health issues and continuing his problems with Adam Newman. Billy has neglected his relationship with Adam's half-sister, Victoria, while bonding with newcomer Amanda, played by Michelle Morgan.
Yes, I was a little confused initially.
Because she originally played Hillary.
Yes.
Josh told Soap Opera Digest that while he written Billy to have come through the other side, Jason Thompson acting made him want to explore it further. So this is why it's our game.
Yeah, exactly. They saw that he's capable of so much.
Yes, and so did Josh. He said, I saw such a phenomenal work with Jason that I said, there's got to be more. Let's go deeper. Let's go farther back.
So exciting.
And what about Billy's friendship with Amanda? Could there be potential love interest there with the mysterious lawyer?
I don't know.
Josh said she was new in town. She just went through all of this crap, and with the will and everybody thought she was part of it. But she was just there to do her job, and here was a guy that was also going through all kinds of confusion about his place and way people looked at him. They were kind of in the same space when they met at the dive bar. The two strangers have this connection. It's not romantic connection, it's platonic. But they're really able to open up with each other and help each other get through this.
They've got a lot in common.
They do.
I watched their scenes together, and they've got great chemistry.
And let's just be honest. In soap operas, anyone who has good chemistry and they like each other kind of goes the next
I feel bad for Victoria. She thinks she's being paranoid. And what did Nikki say to her? She's like, "Mom, I feel so bad. I feel like I'm being paranoid." And Nikki says to her, "Oh my God, the advice was so good." She goes, "Typically, you're only being paranoid if what you're worrying about isn't true." I was like, oh, that's so good, Mom.
Yes.
Good mom advice.
We can all take that advice. So anyways, we'll see how that all
see
plays
how it
out.
goes.
And then don't forget to check out Shamar Moore, who played Malcolm, returns in the third winter premiere of SWAT. Moore plays Daniel Hondo. The premiere aired last night, January 15th, but new episodes air on Wednesday.
That's great. Good for him.
And then don't forget to check out our after show. We have the Restless Wrap on Sundays at 5:15 p.m.
Yes. Let's get into some alumni news, alumni and daytime news.
We shall.
We're going to start out with Miss Ashley Jones. Now, Ashley's been in the soap community for over 20 years. Started out as Megan Dennison on Y&R, Bridget Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful, and Parker Forsyth on GH, which is, I know her from Bold and Beautiful and from GH. Mm-hmm. So she went on to Instagram, and she's writing. She's writing for Parenting Magazine, which is a completely new venture for her. She was really very candid on Instagram. She said, I didn't post this when it first came out, about her writing for Parenting Magazine, because I didn't feel like my life reeked expert. Mm-hmm. She's a mother, and she's giving parenting tips, and she felt really self-conscious about giving parenting tips because she didn't feel like she was an expert on anything. Mm-hmm. But if you're a parent, you have valuable advice from your own experience. She said, not the kind of expert in order to have tips on parenting, magazine. She goes, well, that ends now. I'm doing my best to be an amazing mom that is forging a better path for my son and making a ton of sacrifices to do it. And I am so proud to have fun tidbits of info to share that I've picked up along the way. She says, I'm leaving the small-minded me behind in 2019.
Oh.
I really love that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ashley. Coming up next...
All My Children and the Bold and the Beautiful alumni Jacob Young has a new song that's out called Desert Lullaby. He says in an Insta post, this song's inspiration came from speaking to Native American friends while shooting in a film in New Mexico. Jacob has been making music for a long time, so be sure to check out his song on Spotify.
He's got some really great music.
Yeah.
He's been doing amazing stuff. Web series, he's got so many balls up in the air right now, and his music is a really huge part of that. So head to Spotify, you guys. You can find his music everywhere. So just search it out and give him some listening time. Tamara Braun, we miss you on GH, but obviously she's also a Days alum.
Yes.
But she posted on Insta, she says, hi all, been working on something really fun this week with pretty wonderful people. I'm grateful. Hope your week is going well. So I read that. I was like, oh, because I know she wrapped a play that she was doing here in Los Angeles. So it looks like she's got some other projects in the works.
Exciting.
Looking forward to it.
All right, well, let's check in with the chat room.
What's going on in the chat room?
And let's see what's happening. Okay. They're all just
Annie and Kenneth going back and forth. Yeah, that's a good reminder, everyone. If you're watching our show right now, give us a thumbs up.
Yes.
Please do.
And yeah, there's some people that was shocked too about the renewal with Days. I read that somewhere. Oh yeah, it was Annie. I was really confused. Days was already renewed. Did we really need this assurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it had more to do with on what platform
exactly
it was going to be renewed on, and it's confirmed that it's staying, at the network.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that streaming was even an option. That's how out of the
what I
loop
was
I was.
too.
Like, shame on us. But
I guess it's just everyone's personal opinion. Would you guys want to go to a streaming network, or would you want to just be on a regular network?
Yeah.
So
unless it's getting preempted, like it is now, which is so annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chad. Let's get on with some other news. This is Daytime in Real Time. This is fun. Yes. I think this is one of my favorite segments because it's just an opportunity to see actors in real life. Mm-hmm. Like what do daytime actors do in their off time? Daytime in real time. So we're going to start out with Mr. James Reynolds and his beautiful wife, Lisa. What did they do? They eat cinnamon rolls, apparently. It looks like they posted on Insta, this morning we walked along the pier and had a late breakfast at Old West Cinnamon Rolls, which were amazing. Very hard to leave this place. So it's apparently in Pismo Beach. Might be kind of a fun little day trip to drive to Pismo Beach and have some amazing cinnamon rolls.
Definitely. Wow. And what else is happening in real time? Friends, come over for lunch and pick tangerines. Let's watch Stephen Nichols and his post of he and Mary Beth Evans.
So cute.
I'm excited to see this.
I know.
Ooh, oranges. I love oranges.
Okay, Stephen came out and had lunch with me today, and I told him he's got to come over here and get some of these amazing tangerines.
I want some tangerines.
That sounds good right now.
So we were just catching up because we've been apart too long, haven't we been?
He's just cracking up.
He is. He's having a good time.
I want to give him some of my tangerines because they're so beautiful. Anyway, we miss everybody.
What about this one?
Hopefully we'll see you soon. Oh, I guess you're seeing us, but this one might be too little. I'm going to say that one's too little for me.
Aww.
Okay.
I love it.
So Mary Beth Evans is a phenomenal cook.
Yes.
And I remember interviewing her, and she has a segment on the Dual app. So I'm wondering if she's going to have some type of tangerines in her next recipe.
I hope so. Maybe some smoothies.
Yeah.
She's got to have an amazing garden.
Oh, for sure.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see her. I'm not a gardener. I love gardens. I think they're great.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you can have your own produce, fresh produce. But I love just seeing them together, hanging out, and it's so great.
So cool.
But I'm loving the storyline.
Yeah.
With him as Stephen-O. I mean, I know I'm a Patch and Kayla fan, but I'm loving Stephen-O.
Stephen-O, yeah. I want Stephen-O around for a while.
I do too.
For a little bit. It's making it interesting.
We want to talk a little bit about Maurice Benard in Daytime in Real Time. So we've been talking about his new book called Nothing General About It, which you can pre-order now. Go to harpercollins.com to pre-order his book. In the meantime, let's take a look at a little video that he recorded with executive producer of General Hospital, Mr. Frank Valentini.
Frank, can we, you should really have a bigger, like real small picture of me. You should have like a bigger picture.
Well, all the pictures are the same size. I love everybody equally.
No, I'm okay, I know. What are you doing?
I'm reading your book. It's really good. I just started it.
You got the book?
I did. I got an advanced copy. I'm learning a lot about you. I've known you for 8 years, and
Yep.
I gotta say, I feel like I'm learning about another side of Mo.
And you just happen to have the book. That's amazing.
Go out and buy it, folks.
Couldn't have done it without him, I gotta tell you.
That is so great. I mean, clearly this was, set up to promote his book. And Frank Valentini just went, oh my God, he just went along with it. And it was so great to see that hysterical video. And then Maurice posted on Insta, he said, Oscar worthy.
Yes.
He said, my book, Nothing General About It, comes out soon. He said, General Hospital, we all felt GH back in the day before Frank became executive producer. Everyone felt like General Hospital was going to be canceled. And he said, Frank came on like Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers. I've never seen anyone work harder. I really don't think he sleeps. Years later, we are still standing. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done if he didn't let me spread my wings. He's generous that way with everyone. Thanks, Frank, for allowing me to fly. Yeah, I mean, writing a book takes a lot of time, and having the support of your executive producer to expand and to grow and to do these other projects means everything. So that was fantastic.
Two Avas are better than one. Here's some behind the scenes with Maura West and her stunt double that she worked with on General Hospital. Her name is Janelle Bordry, who is an amazing stunt woman.
This, so just, I don't think you watched GH.
No, I
Right.
don't.
So there was a scene where Valentine throws Ava off the parapet. And I love that word parapet, but basically it's the tower. He lives in a castle and they're up in this tower and he throws her over to kill her.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So looking back at it, it didn't even enter my brain that it was a stunt person, a stunt woman. I thought it was Ava getting thrown over the parapet. But it was Miss Janelle Beaudry, stunt woman extraordinaire that did that. Yeah.
And I think that's the toughest job in Hollywood is to be a
You
stunt
know what?
woman.
It's the most underrated scenario gig in the industry. I remember I went to a Stunt Women's Award ceremony, and these women are badass. They are strong and just so powerful. So I love that there was a post with Maura West, the actress, with her stunt double. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Because they deserve the accolades. They really, really do. And so this picture is of Janelle with the little Ava wig. Doubling as Ava. But then there's also a picture of what Janelle looks like in real life. She's got long blonde hair and she's like this tiny little thing. And then there's a picture of her on fire, in this stunt. Yeah. So.
Wow. Well, the photo of Janelle is an action project called Action Factory Fire. And let's give credit to Fire Coordinator Joe Findler and Fire Safety, and I apologize if I butcher these names, but we have Bryce Brannigan,
Yeah.
and then Matt Michoin, Megan Taylor, Cash Lilly, Talia Dillingham.
Yeah. Because these stunts are dangerous and it takes a village to make sure that everyone comes out the other side safe and sound. So kudos to Janelle.
Wow.
Kudos to this team of amazing people in the industry.
That's amazing.
I know. Love it. I think that's going to be it for the week.
Yeah.
There was some other last minute stuff that came up, but I think we're good for right now.
I think we covered it
I
all
know.
for
We
this
could
week.
probably go online right now though and
we could pull some more stuff up.
Put some new news in there. Let's go quickly into the chat before we wrap up.
Okay.
Says my mom. Oh, Ken says my mom loves Maurice. She loved ever since his Nico days. Yeah.
Aww.
And it's so funny because my mom was a General Hospital fan as well, and Maurice Bernard plays Sonny Corinthos, and Maurice has dimples. Like so, when he smiles, it's like major dimples. And every time Sonny would smile, my mother would go, "Sonny, put those dimples away," because he's trying to charm his way out of something.
Yes. And then Annie said, anyone with the name Link sounds sleazy.
I know. And it's so funny when they said sleazy music producer Annie, I thought, oh, he's going to be this older, just kind of, no. And I saw the picture and I was like, oh my God.
Okay, maybe
he's really gorgeous.
He is hot.
Oh my gosh. But okay.
Oh, and Kenneth got back to us. It's Aquarius. I knew it right after Capricorn.
Okay.
It's Aquarius.
It's Aquarius.
Thank you, Kenneth.
So Renee's an Aquarian. I don't think I know any Aquarians.
I do. It's
you?
funny because I had it in my mind. I was like, I know people who are between January and February, beginning of February, but what is it?
Now we know. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so folks, that's going to be it for this week. But folks, where can you find Miss Chelsie? She's going to tell you.
You can find me on Instagram at Chelsie Overocker. That's Chelsie with an IE, and on Twitter at Chelsie Overocker.
And you can find Soap News Weekly again, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Soap News Weekly. And you can find me on Twitter at Tami Goveia and on Insta, Tami.Goveia. Thank you as always, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.